Why doesn't she text you first? You know she likes you, but still, there's silence. Frustrating, right? Here's the thing, modern women think and act differently, and if you don't understand their mindset, you'll always feel stuck. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why she's silent and how to handle it in a way that puts you back in control. Stick around, this will change everything. Section 1. Modern independence and ego protection. In today's world, women are more independent than ever. This independence isn't just about financial independence, it also includes emotional and social independence. Modern society has shifted dramatically, and women have been taught to guard their egos and avoid appearing needy at all costs. Reaching out first can be seen as a sign of vulnerability, a crack in the armor of their perceived independence. For many women, making the first move is like gambling with their self-esteem on a bet that may not pay off. Think about it. Women today face constant societal pressure to appear confident, self-sufficient, and hard to get. Media, social norms, and even dating advice often tell them that the moment they chase a man, they lose their power. This conditioning creates an internal conflict. She might want to text you, but the fear of looking weak or needy keeps her from hitting send. It's also important to note that rejection plays a massive role here. Modern women are very aware of how men react to their advances. A misstep, like showing too much interest too soon, can backfire. They might worry, will he think I'm too available? Will he lose respect for me? This leads them to adopt a defensive strategy, let him come to me. It's a protective mechanism, even if it's frustratingly counterproductive. Key takeaway: her silence doesn't always mean disinterest. Often it means she's grappling with her own insecurities or following societal norms that make her hesitate. But understanding this is just the beginning. Section 2. Social media and the illusion of options. Another big reason modern women hesitate to contact you is the distorted reality created by social media. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and dating apps have created the illusion that everyone has endless options. For many women, this means they're constantly comparing themselves to others, other women, other potential matches, and the idealized versions of people they see online. Here's what happens. She might genuinely like you but worry that you have better options waiting for you out there. If she reaches out first, she risks feeling like she's competing for your attention. Social media has created a mindset of abundance, but often it's gone wrong. Instead of encouraging bold moves, it makes people more cautious. Why risk rejection when she believes there's always another option just a swipe away? On the flip side, women are also inundated with attention online. A woman who posts a single picture on Instagram can receive dozens, if not hundreds, of likes, comments, and direct messages. This creates a false sense of validation. Even if she genuinely likes you, she's not feeling the absence of your attention because she's surrounded by digital noise. She might even assume that if you're not messaging her, you've already moved on to someone else. The lesson here: modern dating dynamics are heavily influenced by technology, and her hesitation isn't always personal. It's a byproduct of living in an era where perceived options are infinite, but true connections are rare. Section 3. The power play of uncertainty. Women today are well aware of the psychological power of uncertainty. They've been told time and time again that men value the chase, that if they make things too easy, they'll lose your interest. This belief has become deeply ingrained, and for many women, it shapes how they approach communication. If she likes you, she may intentionally hold back to create a sense of mystery. Her silence becomes a strategic move to keep you guessing, to keep you wondering about her feelings. The irony is, this strategy often backfires, especially with high-value men who don't play games. However, from her perspective, it's a way to maintain control in the situation. This tactic is rooted in the idea of scarcity. If she seems scarce, if she doesn't always respond right away or initiates contact sparingly, you might perceive her as more valuable. This mindset has been reinforced by dating advice columns, relationship coaches, and even her own past experiences. So the next time you're frustrated by her lack of communication, consider this. It's not necessarily that she doesn't care. In her mind, she's keeping the power dynamics balanced or even tilted in her favor. Understanding this doesn't mean you should play along with the game, but it does give you insight into her thought process. Section 4. Fear of emotional investment. Emotional investment is risky in today's dating scene, especially for women. Many modern women have been burned in the past by exes who ghosted them, by relationships that fell apart, or by men who promised a lot but delivered nothing. This baggage often makes them more cautious about getting emotionally invested again. They might hold back their feelings and hesitate to reach out first because they fear putting themselves in a vulnerable position again. They don't want to experience the disappointment or heartbreak that may come with emotional investment. Conclusion. Understanding why a woman might hesitate to reach out first isn't always about you or her interest in you. It's about navigating the complexities of modern dating dynamics. Her independence, the influence of social media, the psychological tactics at play, and the fear of emotional investment. By understanding these factors, you can approach the situation with more empathy and insight. It will help you avoid unnecessary frustration and give you a better chance of building a deeper, more meaningful connection. The fear of emotional investment doesn't just disappear, it influences how she approaches new connections, including the one she has with you. If she really likes you, reaching out first can feel like opening a door she's not sure she's ready to walk through. What if you don't respond the way she hopes? What if you misinterpret her message? What if you use her vulnerability against her? These are the fears running through her mind, and they often outweigh her desire to connect. Modern dating has also normalized casual, low-effort interactions. Women are wary of putting in more effort than they'll receive in return. If she feels like she's chasing you, it might remind her of past relationships where she gave too much and received too little. To protect herself, she stays silent, waiting for you to make the first move. Section 5. How you can respond as a high-value man now that you understand why she might not contact you. It's time to shift the focus to what you can do. The answer isn't to chase her or try to decode her every move. Instead, it's about embodying the qualities of a high-value man who doesn't rely on external validation. First, stop obsessing over her silence. The moment you start wondering why she hasn't texted is the moment you give away your power. Focus on your purpose, your goals, and your growth. High-value men aren't waiting around for someone else to validate their worth. Second, when you do reach out, make your communication purposeful and confident. Don't play games or try to manipulate her into responding. A simple, direct message that adds value to the conversation will set you apart from the crowd. Finally, understand that if she's genuinely interested, she'll come around. Modern women might hesitate, but they're not immune to the pull of a strong, self-assured man who knows his worth. Be that man, and you'll find that her silence won't bother you nearly as much because you'll know she's the one missing out. Section 6. The influence of peer advice in the modern era. Women often rely heavily on their peers for advice about their dating lives. If she likes you, you can bet that her friends already know all about you. But here's where it gets tricky. The advice she receives can be conflicting and often steers her away from reaching out first. Her friends might tell her to play it cool or wait for him to text first. Why? Because modern dating culture romanticizes the idea that men should pursue women and that a woman's worth is tied to how much effort a man is willing to put into winning her over. This creates a situation where her desire to talk to you clashes with the advice she's getting from her social circle. She might want to message you, but the fear of being judged by her friends stops her. Peer influence doesn't just affect teenagers, it extends well into adulthood. The modern woman is often bombarded with opinions from friends who may have their own biases or insecurities which shape the guidance they give. To navigate this, you must understand that her silence isn't always her choice. It's often shaped by external voices. The more confident and self-assured you appear, the more likely she is to tune out the noise and follow her instincts. Section 7. The fear of losing leverage. Modern dating often feels like a game of chess, and women today are hyper-aware of the need to maintain leverage in the relationship dynamic. If she contacts you first, she might worry that she's giving away her upper hand. In her mind, reaching out signals that she's more invested than you are, which could make her feel vulnerable to being taken for granted. This fear of losing leverage isn't just psychological, it's rooted in real experiences. Many women have reached out first in the past, only to have their efforts dismissed or their interest exploited. They've learned to protect themselves by withholding communication until they feel confident the other person is equally invested. As frustrating as this might be, it's important to understand that it's not about you specifically. It's about her past experiences and her desire to avoid repeating them. To counter this, don't play into the same games. Be consistent and genuine in your communication, and over time, she'll realize that you're not like the others she's encountered before. Section 8. Overthinking and analysis paralysis. Modern women often fall victim to overthinking, especially in matters of the heart. She might sit there, staring at her phone, typing and deleting messages because she's unsure of what to say. She might wonder, will he think I'm too eager? Am I coming on too strong? What if I say the wrong thing? This mental spiral leads to analysis paralysis. She wants to reach out but feels paralyzed by the fear of making a mistake. This overthinking is amplified by the culture of perfect communication that social media fosters. People are constantly curating their words, filtering their photos, and presenting an idealized version of themselves online. For her, reaching out might feel like a high-stakes moment where she's putting herself on the line. Conclusion. Understanding why she might hesitate to contact you is key to navigating the complexities of modern dating. It's not always about you or her interest in you. It's about the pressures she faces from society, her peers, and her own experiences. By responding with confidence and not playing into games, you can show her that you are a high-value person who respects her, but also knows your own worth. By focusing on yourself and maintaining a healthy balance of self-assurance, you will find that her silence won't have as much of an impact on you. Instead, you'll be in control of your own actions and your future connection with her. Section 9. The influence of past trauma. Many modern women carry emotional scars from past relationships that make them hesitant to initiate contact. Maybe she's been ghosted before, or perhaps she's reached out to someone in the past, only to be met with coldness or rejection. These experiences don't just fade away, they leave an imprint on how she approaches future connections. For her, not contacting you might be a way of protecting herself. Even if she likes you, her fear of reliving those painful experiences holds her back. She might think, if he really likes me, he'll text me first. That way, she won't risk getting hurt again. This is why patience and understanding are so important. If she's holding back because of past trauma, it's not something you can fix overnight. What you can do, however, is show her through your actions that you're different. Consistency, kindness, and respect will slowly help her let her guard down. Section 10. Her priorities might be elsewhere. It's easy to assume that her silence means she's playing games or isn't interested, but sometimes the reality is much simpler. She might be focused on other priorities in her life. Modern women are often juggling careers, personal growth, friendships, and family responsibilities. Even if she likes you, her current circumstances might leave her feeling like she doesn't have the bandwidth to pursue a relationship or maintain consistent communication. This doesn't mean she doesn't care. It just means she's human. Life can be overwhelming, and sometimes romantic connections take a backseat to more pressing concerns. Understanding this requires emotional maturity. Instead of taking her silence personally, recognize that her life might be pulling her in different directions. The best way to navigate this is to focus on your own priorities as well. When she sees that you're driven and purpose-focused, she'll feel more inclined to reach out when the time is right. High-value men understand that attraction isn't about constant communication. It's about living a life that others want to be a part of. Understanding modern women means focusing on your value and purpose instead of chasing answers. When you stay true to yourself, her silence won't define you. It'll only make her notice you more. Conclusion. If this video helped you, hit the like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more insights. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.